If you are looking to publish apps and all your media across all devices and screens, then you do need, first of all, of course, app developers that can build the apps for every device, app store, and screen type. And in addition, a media hosting platform that distributes your content and hosts your content. And that means usually a stack of 10 to 15 different vendors and service providers together. Or alternatively, you can use an OVP like Lightcast that has everything in one place.
Andreas, you've built this and over the 15 years, this is probably a silly question for you, but what is an OVP? What does that acronym actually mean?
OVP stands for Online Video Platform, and it simply means it is a full stack end-to-end media hosting and delivery platform, usually with a content management system where publishers can upload and manage and host and deliver and monetize all of their content in one place, live, linear, on demand, everything in one place.
And when you say end-to-end, what does that mean? I understand the idea, but what all does that entail?
End-to-end simply means, in terms of an OVP, that you don't need any additional service providers outside of the OVP, that the OVP can cover everything that you need, the entire media ecosystem. So, for example, if you wanted to build your own patchwork system without using an OVP, you would need to figure out a lot of things and patch them together. You would need a transcoding service to encode and transcode all the files into all the bit rates and formats that every different platform, every app store, every app type and device type requires. In addition, you need storage, a CDN for delivery. You need players, probably an embedded player for your website. You will need monetization opportunities such as ad servers and ad serving opportunities. There's various different ad tech vendors that you will probably need to use. And of course, subscriber management and DRM, digital rights management to secure your content against abuse. And many, many more. Analytics, you will need to know who's watching, from where, how long, on which device, all in one place. And you want to know this from every device type, every app type, every player. And the list goes on and on. So we're talking about 10 to 15 different providers that you will need. If you look to distribute to social media as well, you need a social media distribution service. If you seek to also publish to podcasts, you need a distribution service for podcasts. And an OVP has all of those components in one place. So you won't have to go and figure it out and find different providers, sign separate contracts with 10 to 15 different vendors, and then patch it all together. Because in the end, you will also need a small team to even an entire armada of developers, software developers that will build you that middleware to patch it all together so that all of those different service providers can work together using their APIs and API endpoints. You have to stitch that together, and then you have to maintain that system. And lo and behold, if any of your providers makes a small change to their API, your whole tech stack crumbles, and you have to keep on hiring developers to maintain that system ongoing. It becomes extremely expensive, extremely cumbersome, and with a lot of overhead management. So you can get rid of all of that with an OVP like Lightcast. There are other OVPs out there, and most businesses, most organizations actually have transitioned away from building their own patchwork systems to using a strong OVP partner.
Let's say I'm just very stubborn, and even though I heard what you just said, I choose to build it myself. How long do you think it would take? And just in general, like, what would the cost look like for me to stand up an OVP and actually go have videos show up somewhere?
In order to build a full stack OVP yourself, you're basically rebuilding a new OVP of your own, just for your single organization. OVPs are usually used by thousands of similar media organizations like yours that all need the same things. And so the cost is shared among thousands. Now, if you go out to build such a system, you're basically trying to build another Lightcast just for your organization. And that can take anywhere between 3 years at best to 5 to 10 years. We've developed Lightcast in the AI Media Cloud since 16 years. And we don't intend to ever call it finished, right? Because it will be ever evolving, ever progressing for the advantage of all of our thousands of customers. So if you set out to do this just for your own organization, you really are getting into a major project for many, many years. And the cost, well, anywhere between $500,000 to 10, 20 million. I mean, larger media corporations, those top 200 largest media corporations on the planet, well, they have done that. They've built a system like that, but they've spent dozens of millions with hundreds of developers using numerous vendors, all patched together. And they've built it over the course of many, many years. And so even large media corporations have gone away from that. They've learned that it's just unnecessary to try to attempt to build that and maintain it long term. It's so much easier and less expensive and safer and more secure to use an OVP. Think about the danger of brain loss. If you rely and depend on a team of 10, 20 engineers, developers who know how your system functions that you've built and invested into, and you lose some of them, they become unavailable. Imagine how disruptive that could be overnight to your organization. And that's just one of many, many reasons. Of course, the costs themselves. Now, also consider the 10 to 15 contracts that you will have to sign with different vendors and service providers, SaaS companies and hosting companies that all provide a slice of the service that an OVP provides under one roof in one place. You will never get the same pricing with them, the same rates for your organization than we can get, and any big OVP can get, negotiating on behalf of thousands of clients. So the volume of our usage for CDNs, transcoding farms, storage, cloud storage, compute power, data centers, is so much greater than most of our customers by themselves that we get rates that most of our customers could never dream of receiving, and we can pass those savings on to our customers. So it is just so much cheaper and less expensive to use a strong OVP partner, but it's also less headache, less risk to your organization, and simply safer. So the time it takes to build your own tech stack with multiple vendors patched together in your own patchwork system, like your own miniature OVP, will take you anywhere in a best case scenario, 6 to 12 months in a very slim form that you won't have nearly as many features and services as the Lightcast OVP has. But maybe you think, well, you don't need that much. You just need portions of it. Well, then maybe within a year you can get it up and running. But to also custom build your apps and get them approved in the app stores on top of that, or you could use app templates and customize them for yourself, that will probably add another 6 to 12 months on top of that. And then the approval with the app stores will probably add another 2-3 months plus until you get verified and approved in the app stores for a brand new custom built app or a new template. While with Lightcast, you can be up and running in a matter of 2-3 weeks because the OVP exists. Everything is there. It's turnkey. You just sign into your AI Media Cloud, and the AI Media Cloud does most of the workflows for you automatically. And you just upload content, organize it the way you want it, and then click publish. And to build an app with the app builder inside the Media Cloud will take you 2 to 3 weeks instead of a year plus.
So I'm convinced that sounds like a huge headache to try to do it myself and a lot of money. But surely, even though you're end to end, there's other software I have to buy, right? Like almost every software I buy in the market, I have to add on 2, 3, 4 pieces of software. What do we need to add on to make Lightcast truly work?
With the Lightcast OVP, you don't need any additional vendors or software on top of that. It has everything in one place. All the analytics, all the security, all the encryption, all the transcoding storage, CDN delivery, global. It has all of the monetization tools, ad servers, subscriber management systems, all in one place. It has all of the AI metadata automation. It creates thumbnails for you automatically. It has all the translation services built into it, from subtitles to AI dubbing of your content, everything in one place. So the whole content management system is as simple as drag and drop your content into the AI Media Cloud, organize it the way you want it, click publish everywhere, to social media, to podcasts, to web, your website, to the web app, mobile apps, TV apps, car apps, everywhere. Over the past decade and a half, we have seen clients come to us, various types of organizations, churches, nonprofits, businesses, schools, universities, TV, radio channels, networks, content creators, who have tried to build it themselves. Sometimes they might have had some really ambitious young talent on board joining the team, maybe engineers, developers, who were really ambitious to try to prove themselves and to others that they can build it on their own. But usually a year or two later, and after having spent multiple six figures, sometimes $500,000 or more, clients then come to us because it's a half-baked system or it's half broken and they need to get it fixed quickly. And then usually publishers are stunned how quickly that can be solved, all the challenges they've been facing, because it's really as simple as migrating their media libraries, creating live events, live streams, connecting their encoders, and get started, stream live, publish, and then using the turnkey app templates of the Lightcast app framework fully built into the AI Media Cloud to launch apps on every device and screen wherever they want to, and then monetize it the way they want to. And everything is so easy and secure in one place. In the AI Media Cloud, teams can create different roles with different permissions for their teams, and they can all collaborate and work together in the Lightcast Media Cloud. And it's all very secure in one place. And also the transition and handover from one team member to another is so easy. It's a matter of setting a new user up, they sign in, learn how it's done, and keep on going. And nothing is ever lost.
So you just mentioned something there, live streaming. Is live streaming a function of an OVP and Lightcast in specific?
Most OVPs do have live streaming capabilities. Lightcast, of course, does, because we've been built for large live events from ground up. And many of our publishers and organizations do stream live regularly, whether it's events or linear streams. We have numerous TV networks, radio channels, TV channels, national networks, global networks, satellite networks that all use Lightcast to stream and deliver all of their linear streams, live events, including the recordings. You can trim it in the Media Cloud. You can turn them into on-demand media assets. So everything is completely automated in the software, in the AI Media Cloud.
So when a business comes to Lightcast and they're ready to make the jump, how do you see this impact their business overall, their strategy, their streaming? Like, what impact does this have to an actual business?
So most of our corporate clients use Lightcast and the Media Cloud to manage their training resources for new hires and onboarding and training, as well as customer education, customer support, and media libraries for customer onboarding, as well as for marketing to the public to reach new customers and generate leads.
So, Andreas, I'm sure a lot of people try to build it themselves because they really want it customized and kind of echo their brand. Is there any customization that's really needed with Lightcast that I would need to think about before jumping over?
First of all, Lightcast is completely white labeled. So the viewers of our customers never get to hear or see Lightcast. We are just simply the infrastructure in the background, the server infrastructure with all the compute power, the software, the content management system. And we do provide app templates that can be customized, but even those are entirely white labeled. Lightcast should never be seen anywhere. It's all about the publisher and their brand. And so they're entirely white labeled and fully branded for our customers. And even the app templates can be customized further. So in many cases, instead of building a patchwork system of your own, it is much better to use an OVP and an app framework and then build on top of that. If you do find that you want to have certain customizations that can always be added to existing app templates from app frameworks like Lightcast much more easily and more efficiently than trying to custom code apps from scratch or build an OVP system with the entire backend infrastructure from scratch. It is much easier to customize an existing OVP and an app framework with their app templates than to custom code from scratch. Simply consider an app framework and their templates as a foundation you can build upon. You don't need to build the foundation. You don't need to build the entire structure, but you can always add on to it as needed.
So it sounds like there's a high level of customization even just within the framework. Do many clients feel the need to customize, or are they pretty happy with the flexibility that exists?
Well over 99% of Lightcast customers never customize anything because they have all the bells and whistles in the Lightcast OVP, in the Media Cloud, in the app framework, in the app templates. They can choose from numerous different layouts and variations and functions, and they can control their navigation structure and all their content and monetization from within the Media Cloud in real time across all of their streaming apps and players and websites. And so there is really no need to customize anything. It's maybe 1 in 100 who has a one-off request or requirement for a very specialized type of functionality, and that can easily be added. It's not a problem. It's very easy, it's quick, it's efficient, and very inexpensive.
I mean, 15 years in business, full end to end, doesn't need customization, and I don't have to buy additional software. I can't imagine trying to build this. I'm sold. So it sounds like you have everything in place and it's pretty easy to make this happen. My guess is you're giving clients a lot of time back. What are they able to do with that time?
Most Lightcast clients tell us that they got so relieved of all the pressure of redundant, repetitive work or the development and setup and engineering work that they can go back to what's most valuable and most important for their brand, and that is to produce great content. So let software do what software can do. Use an existing OVP that has everything so you don't have to rebuild it, so that you and your team can focus on what only you can do, and that is create your content, because content always remains king. Everything else, all the Lightcast infrastructure in the background, all the app templates, all the bells and whistles, the entire OVP, that really doesn't matter at all if you don't have the right content. So content is more critical and more important than anything else. And that is what our clients can go back to focus on.
All right. And just between me and you and everyone watching this, can you really be live in 30 days on Roku?
100%. You can absolutely be live on Roku and any other platform of your choice in 30 days. No problem at all. It's about just signing up, signing in, uploading, configuring, building out an app with the app builder and the media cloud takes a few days. Then we build it within a week or two, submit it to the app stores. It's approved within days. You're live in at least 20, 30 days.